This show contains situations and language that may be disturbing for some listeners. We apologize that the entire episode is not disturbing for all listeners. We're working on it. With that being said, listener discretion is advised.
Previously on Burning Edge.
It's still Friday, January 12th. Despite more or less successfully completing the run they were hired to do, tension still got the best of the team. Mistakes were made, shots were fired, innocent bystanders were hit, and then backed over. You know, a standard day in the Six world. They did manage to get the case they were supposed to retrieve, as well as a couple of medical transport units. Catherine, Deuce, and Thumper are headed to someplace nice for a post-mortem, and some well-earned whiskey, milk, or carrot juice? Jean-Baptiste is temporarily on his own, and on the run, in a car that's seen better days. We now join Micah, who is doing her best to blend in with the crowd, undoubtedly feeling a bit dirty having to hang out with commoners. Where we left you was Kat had just thrown a stick of dynamite into the back of a truck. As everyone ran towards their vehicles, you did what?
Retreated into a nearby alley in the shadows just to kind of see what the aftermath was.
So as the back of the trailer goes up in flames, a crowd gathers. Clearly the driver is in no shape to get out. They did see a rabbit human grab a little girl from the cab and push her into the office of a storage place. In a few minutes, a fire truck shows up to help put out the flames. Cops show up to figure out what's going on. EMT shows up to do whatever it is that EMTs do when there's a situation like this where there's not anybody that's actually injured. They do attend to the young girl. Are you looking for anything in particular? Just making sure that.
When there's a large enough crowd, like at least more than 6, 7 people,
Oh, yeah.
kind of come up and start to blend and kind of listen to what the chatter's about, maybe ask what happened.
All the local businesses probably heard the crash. Humans being the rubberneckers that we are. A lot of people have come out from their business storefronts. There's a soy bucks there, so there were some people that were just kind of sitting there enjoying their latte, working from the coffee shop. They come out as well. So there's like a group of people that have formed a little pack next to the flaming truck. And they're keeping their distance because they don't know what is in the back of the truck. They're of course talking about like, did you see that? There's a cat and it looked like a rabbit wearing a mask. What? People definitely noticed that there was a rabbit, so they would have seen you, Deuce, and JB trying to fix the truck. None of which paints a situation that makes any sense to anybody. They see, a bunny grab a girl, push her into a thing, barking orders at bystanders to not move, take care of the kid. Two of the group go in, grab some things out of the back, and all of a sudden it explodes. Then all of a sudden, one of the guys that was trying to fix the truck gets into a car, drives off. Two of the other ones get onto a motorcycle and drive off while the bunny runs and jumps onto the platform on the back of a car as it speeds off. And then a little bit later, they hear another car accident down the road. Everyone is trying to figure out what the heck just went on. Lots of gossip. People saying it was Shadowrunners. People saying it was gremlins. One guy thought he saw a ghoul.
Someone in a hoodie, they're ghoul. It's a ghoul.
Eyewitnesses are notoriously unreliable. What are you trying to compose yourself for?
I'm hearing chatter about bunny rabbit girl, guy, other woman in a hoodie, bike, car, left. I'm like, well, sounds like they have some pretty good descriptions of who was here, what vehicles they left on. And I think Micah's just kind of like, so much for being stealthy. This is a lot of stuff to clean up now. So I think she, in the middle of a crowd with police there and everything, she's got to maintain some composure so she doesn't look Angry.
Don't you have resting angry face?
No, she has to actually look like a concerned citizen, so composure.
Fair enough. I feel like with 7 hits, you compose yourself.
7 hits
Wow.
on 10 dice. Wonder if I want to use influence on some people and start putting some other information in there.
You be you. I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Yeah, let's do that. Let me just pick a person and just use influence just to kind of plant some other information. Let's just go with ghouls, gangers, drug addicts. Obviously, they're the real villains, right?
So yeah, you got 2 net hits on your suggestion.
So we'll just pick somebody, just a random person. It doesn't make a difference, and probably just kind of say, "Oh, ghouls, possibly gangers, desperate, stealing anything they can just for some money," and just kind of try to pump that information into people.
Sure. You pick someone that's kind of they're all in this little group talking to each other, and you heard the one person on one side say ghoul, and you pick someone on the other side and have them also say whatever it is about ghouls. So you've
Mhm.
got kind of it coming from both sides, which
Mhm.
to the group of panicky, dumb individuals makes it seem more rational.
Mhm.
So I would say the crowd in general is starting to believe that this neighborhood is no longer safe.
Mhm.
There are ghouls that are now attacking trucks in broad daylight, and they also have bunny ghouls or
Yeah,
dog ghouls.
could be. It's dangerous times we're in.
You're feeding into their panic.
Mhm. Yeah. And once I feel that's kind of incited enough, probably slowly back away from this group, send a DNI to everybody. Hey, headed to someplace nice. Meet you all there.
And you'll hail a grid guide or whatever.
Yeah, get a cab, drive over there. Yep. And then make my way to the group, not knowing anything at all about what's happened.
So JB,
Yes.
you are kind of all alone now in a wrecked car that has just run over, hit a woman and then run over her again. Your team has left you. Some were not part of this chase. Others have gone off on a motorcycle, and the bunny, who moves very fast for a humanoid creature, has disappeared down a dark alley. You are in a car that is probably not going to be running very well for long and is very noticeable.
Can I look on a map and see where like the nearest abandoned shipyard or something is? Like warehouse or really anything that's abandoned?
This is kind of a warehousey district with some commercial stores, soy bucks, and that kind of thing. There's one about a quarter of a mile away. You have basically destroyed this poor car,
Okay.
this non-sentient, non-living thing.
Monster. Okay, with my knowledge of machines, can I tell if it's going to last to this place?
So you're pretty sure your right front wheel is about to fall off. You could probably make it last another 2 miles or so if you drive very carefully and don't hit any potholes.
Okay,
But it's making loud grounding noises, and the temperature gauge on your dashboard is starting to creep up. You've probably got a coolant leak.
so I'm gonna drive about like a mile away, and I'm not gonna go straight. I'm gonna like take lefts and swerve around to try to make my path unpredictable. And I'm gonna start looking for like an alley or something that I can pull into.
Sure. You managed to find one that looks relatively unused. Trash strewn about it. The dumpster is overfilled. It's dark.
Okay, I'm gonna pull in and kind of like try to get it so that the car is behind the dumpster as much as possible, so it can't be seen from the street.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take out my micro skimmer and set it to patrol the area and look around to see if there's anything lurking in the shadows.
Other than you,
Yes, other than me.
I mean, it's middle of the day. You're kind of in a unused part of town. You're probably okay for whatever it is that you want to do next until you meet up with your team.
I'm gonna have the micro skimmer keep patrol and warn me if anything's coming. And I'm going to pop the hood and see what's causing the temperature problems.
You managed to put a small nick in the radiator when you hit that woman. It is leaking coolant and slowly overheating.
Can I pop the trunk and see if they have any emergency supplies?
Sure. You pop the trunk, and there are two larger metal cases. One of them's got a digital readout that shows what its internal temperature is. The other one doesn't. They've got biohazard things all over it. There's a reusable shopping bag filled with other reusable shopping bags. There is a jack that looks like it has never been used.
Can I check the side panels to see if they have any like duct tape or sealant or anything stored away?
You're asking if the little old lady that you stole this car from had like a survival kit or was prepared?
No. So like I would imagine something like this would have something in case you had something like this happen. Something that would seal a cracked battery.
This car is relatively old. The person who owned it before you stole it from this disabled individual had used any of the things that came with it, any survival stuff. Like if the car came with that can of Run Flat, that's been used a long time ago and not replaced. There's basically nothing of value in this car other than the fact that it has four wheels and goes forward. Oh, and it has a platform in the back where Stumpy used to sit. Basically, this car is dead.
Can I check a map to see if there is like an automotive shop or like a Walmart?
There's a Kong Walmart a couple miles away.
Okay, I'm gonna head there.
Okay. Are you going to take a cab or walk? Because I should remind you, you're not broadcasting a sin.
Got it. I'm gonna stick to like the back ways. Try to stay off the street as much as possible.
Walking?
Yes.
Okay. Micah, you are taking a cab. You are also not broadcasting a sin.
Mm-hmm.
I assume because Shadowrunners are a thing and they have to be able to get around, there are less reputable taxi services. If either of you would prefer to use one of those, or you can roll your dice and hope that they don't scan your sin.
No, I'll use a lower end one. Probably a guy who's not even properly licensed or anything. And if anybody says anything or does anything, well, I'll take care of that.
So let's assume that the non-technomancer members of the team make it to someplace nice. I assume Deuce and Catherine make it there first. So they've been sitting in a dark corner talking.
Deuce would probably want to wait until Micah and Cass were there to just have that discussion face to face.
I understand why you might not want to have a discussion over the Matrix when your technomancer just went off the reservation.
Right.
You know, it says something that didn't even occur to me.
Catherine is still got the hoodie on and is like slouching sad on her side of the booth.
So Trax is bringing you things and talking to you about how you don't look so good.
Catherine keeps opening and closing her right hand and just doing stuff with it.
Micah will enter someplace nice, smile on her face. Right now, she thinks they're okay. She'll order a drink, see Deuce and Cat sitting there, take a seat. Again, smile on her face until she sees that the two of them aren't smiling.
And before they even get a chance to start to explain what the direct just happened, Thumper walks in.
Thumper looks like hell. Pelican case held securely under one arm. Immediately closes her eyes, leans back, sighs. I am not sure if it's been my poster jingling the entire way here or if something in here is broken and jiggling around inside this case. And I hope Betsy Johnson does not care.
Could have killed me.
Nah, guys, look, we got the job done. We have the case. We're going to get paid. Everything's fine.
Yeah, except for the part that JB somehow made my arm grab the truck that we were passing and drop the case and almost get me flattened.
Micah's going to consider the words and she's going to look at Deuce.
Did he seriously have a mental breakdown? What the frag is wrong with him?
I think it's the dynamite that we threw in the truck.
I don't care. JB's lost it. He's absolutely gone off the deep end.
Oh, I'm not discounting that at all. I'm just saying that I can see the chain of events. We still need to figure out how to deal with him.
Well, he's clearly crazy, right?
Well, we're all a little crazy, kitten.
I mean, sure.
You really think, again, Micah, looking at this, you really think that he tried to kill Cat?
I don't know what he did, but I know he's got to explain what he did. Because we can't keep working together like that.
To start, he ditched the mission objective.
I had to jump onto the back of a moving car that was trying to floor it. And then I had to jump off of an unmoving car.
Look, things went sideways, okay? It happens. We all have to accept that. But what JB did, that's not going sideways.
Okay. So we'll talk to JB. We'll see if he can explain. And we'll see what he has to say, and we'll go from there.
Besides that, Micah,
What?
what was with that order?
To stop the truck, take the shot? What order?
I'm fine with the stopping the vehicle. That was always plan B.
Uh-huh.
Why include the crew on the order? That's my job. Please, allow me to do my job in the future.
Micah's gonna kind of pull her head back a bit, look at Cass.
She's not
By all
equipped for
means,
that.
Cass, I will definitely let you do your job. No longer will I call the audible on a job.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. I hope next time when you are handling things, the job will go much smoother than what this job did. However, I'm still pleased, and she's going to tap the case because it looks like we've got the job done. We can go get paid. Now, do we want to do that before we talk to JB? Or do we want to do it after we talk to JB?
JB has the other cases.
The J only wanted the one case. Where is that case?
And said he might be interested in them depending.
Care about the other cases. I want the case that we were hired to do. The other stuff is all icing.
It's here. It's the one I brought with me.
This case. This is the only case I care about right now. If I want to go get paid, Kat, this is the case that gets me paid.
But
Do
those
we
other
want to
ones
do
could be
it
worth-
before or after we talk to JB?
Micah, I'm a little bit paranoid, and maybe that's my job as well at this point. Could you pick up that case, tilt it one direction gently, and then tilt it the other direction gently, and make sure that you don't hear anything rolling around, because I keep on thinking that I'm hearing something moving that probably shouldn't be.
Sure thing. She'll pick up the case and tilt it one way, tilt it the other way, listening very closely.
The content says secure.
Sounds fine to me, Cass. Nothing's rattling around. Must be those big ears of yours catching some other sound.
Cassandra gives the slightest bit of a twitch before actually just sagging and sighing in relief. I'm not even going to complain about the ear comment. You're right, Micah. It's just paranoia.
Again, things happened today. I stayed behind. Seems like right now they're thinking it's ghouls, gangers, whatever. The problem is, some people did notice a large rabbit woman. Some people did notice a motorcycle and car fleeing the scene. There are some basic descriptions that could be attributed to some of you here, but with some misdirection, they're leaning more towards the whole ganger theory. But we may want to ditch the vehicles, Deuce.
Good
I know you love that bike. I know you love that bike.
I mean, we're obviously going to have to lay low for a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Well, when we get paid, we get those fake sins, we can at least start to put a semblance of some kind of life back together, right?
Yeah, life.
Normal looking job. There's still the question, though, and this time she'll just stare at Kat. Do we want to go get paid now without JB, or do we want to talk to JB first, see what he has to say, and then go get paid?
Why are you asking me?
Because you are the one saying he tried to kill you.
At least throw me in under a truck.
Better than a bus.
What?
Nothing. Just trying to offer a little bit of humor to the situation.
I don't know. Somebody else make the call. What if he tries to kill me again? He can control my arm even when it's off. I don't know how.
Don't worry about him controlling things.
I think it would be best to let everybody take a minute to breathe and cool off, even if it's for just a few hours.
All right, so you want to get paid before we talk to JB?
Yeah, I don't see why we can't just bring the case in now.
I agree. I don't really like the idea of having stolen property on our persons.
Yeah, I don't either. We need to just finish this up.
Okay.
Has anybody heard from JB?
I told him specifically not to talk to me until he was clear and ready to show up, so no.
I haven't reached out to him either. Also, needed just a minute.
Mm.
Things got a little crazy there, and didn't really want to do something that I would maybe later regret.
Mm. Yeah, no, I understand.
All right. Let's go.
Hey, chummers, it's Omni again. I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about some podcast-related stuff. By the time this episode drops, we'll have most of the official backstory episodes released to our patrons at the Reliable Fixer level and above. There's a lot of fun stuff in there, and we've got some more exclusive content on the way. If you enjoy the show and would like more, head on over to patreon.com/burningedge to help us keep doing this. But the best thing you can do to help us is tell a friend. I know some of my favorite podcasts were suggested to me by people that I know in the quote-unquote real world. If you've got a friend that likes Shadowrun, Cyberpunk, or cute fluffy animals, why not let them know about us? We'd love to have you hop on over to our Discord server and tell us what you like about the show and what we could do better. You can go to burningedge.digitaldarkness.com/discord to come hang out with us. We really hope to see you there. Bonus points if you bring some carrots or catnip. See y'all in the shadows.
I'm Jeff Alla, and I play Jean-Baptiste.
I'm Quor, and I play the former corporate security turned Shadowrunner, Thumper.
The character Deuce is voiced by Jake Ream.
Hi, I'm Jupiter Sanders, and I am the voice of Micah.
The Tops Company Incorporated has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and/or any proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Tops Company Incorporated has granted permission to Burning Edge to use such names, logos, artworks, marks, and/or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website and podcast, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Burning Edge in any official capacity whatsoever. I'm not gonna lie, I thought by now we'd already have been talking to Slide.
We're close.
I don't know why I thought that.
Have you met us? Or me?
I'm very confused by what's going on in Dice right now. Are you trying to hide the fact that you're happy that they're unhappy with JB?
Yes, she's so happy. Because when she does the horrible things to JB, they're going to be on board with it. And she's now going to have her day where she can do awful things to him. She's so happy. It's like Christmas morning, but she doesn't want to look too happy. So she's trying to maintain.
I'd like to make one more quick roll to see if Catherine can smell Micah being happy, because she
What
can
does
do
happy
that.
smell like?
Fresh baked cookie.
So you do give off pheromones based on mood.
She's got a voronasal organ.
Okay.
God, I would have to roll for this too.
You guys, you're going to sniff to see if you can see how happy Micah is. That's interesting. Nobody ever, I never thought anybody would ever do such a thing to Micah, but okay.
It's passive. We can't not do that.
Can't help but smell you. What?
Not only is Thumper a judgy bunny.
Judgy bunny.
Jeez.
I need art now of Thumper with it saying judgy bunny. on the shirt. I need a shirt that says Joji Bunny.